Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Tips with Kimberbell. I'm Kim Christofferson, and I am so excited to share with you a couple of my favorite tips for using our brand new scissor and tool set. This is a Deluxe Embroidery scissors and tools, and it's in this beautiful box here, this beautiful aqua tin, and let's go ahead and take a look at that. Look at those shiny new tools. These are in quilt shops right now. So I want to show you why we chose these different ones and what kinds of things that we made uniquely Kimberbell with these scissors. But before I go into that, I actually also want to show you one other thing that I'm going to be doing my sample with today, and it comes from the brand new CD called Blossoms and Butterflies. This is Kimberbell appliques. Let's take a closer look there. And oh my goodness, there's so many beautiful designs on here, including, of course, the butterflies. And we put them on all kinds of things because we're calling them Kimberbell appliques, which means that you can put these designs on just about anything. T-shirts, sweaters, bags. Of course, we love the blanks used on tea towels, like you see here, and our baby bodysuits like you see here, and our brand new zipper blanks. And we'll do another Tuesday tip on this new product, but it's a wow, let me tell you. Check out our new Kimberbells. They come with their side seams open and already serged, just like our tote bags do, and then you just sew them up and you're ready to have it fully lined and the whole bit. Super simple. But anyway, that's for another day. We'll talk about all about those zipper pouches and how they go together on another Tuesday Tips. But today I'm actually going to use the Madam Butterfly from the new Kimberbell CD called Blossoms and Butterflies. And I placed it on just a background fabric here, like you see. Okay, so let's get a little bit closer here, just so you can see what I'm doing. Now I want to point out that this sample is what I would call for demo purposes only. Let me tell you why I say that. For demo purposes only, because normally, you know this, when you applique with an embroidery machine, after it's done like the tack down stitch, that's when you would normally go ahead and cut away the extra fabric. And in this case, I used our Robin's Egg Blue Kimberbell leather for this, okay? But I wanted you to see how I used all these different tools just with this one design. So again, if you're doing this at home, follow the steps and make sure you cut it away sooner. But right now you can see that it's all there. And again, that's just so that I can show you how I use our applique scissors to cut around that butterfly, and also how I use the different tools in that set for cutting inside like the jump stitches and such. So anyway, let me show you how easy that is. And I'm going to actually walk over here so you can see me and see this a little bit differently. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take out my scissors here, and you can see that there's 4 different types of tools. We have our applique duckbill scissors, and then we have these little tweezers here, which are super sharp. You're going to love this, and I'll show you how I used it in a minute. And then we have our little snips. And well, this one we call, let me get the actual official name here. Oh, the micro tips. Yes, these are the little micro tips scissors. Here, let's pull this off and you can see it better. All right, there we go. There's the micro tips, and then here's our tweezers. Check that out. One thing I want to note about the tweezers is that not only are they nice and pointy here and will grab the smallest of threads, but they also have a blade on all 4 sides, and you'll see how I use that here in a moment. And then we have our sharp flexi snips. And this works really nice for getting super close. You can see it's got that curved edge, and then because it is a flexi snip, then it's really easy on your hands to reduce hand fatigue when you're cutting. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is actually the applique duckbill scissors. And a lot of people have seen these and they go, now how am I supposed to use those? Am I supposed to do it this way, or am I supposed to cut this way? And I'm going to show you what works best for me, but of course either way would work fine. So for example, let's get a little bit closer here. Okay, so again, if I were to do this as a regular applique, now is the point when, after I've stitched this tack down line, is when I would cut away this extra fabric, and in this case it's leather. Now some people might think, okay, I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to place the duckbill underneath the fabric and just cut right up next to it, okay? And you certainly can do that, and I did that for years. But then I realized how nice it was to do it actually the opposite way. So instead, I let my duckbill lay on top of this because I didn't want, I wanted to protect what was inside here. And I got a really close-up cut as well. So either way works great. Now the other tip I want to give you is that when you're cutting with, say for example, in this case where I'm cutting with my right hand, I want to use my left hand to pull the fabric taut. Okay, so as I'm going along, it's going to just glide right against there, and it's going to be taut while I make my cuts. Okay, all right. Now, that's how we use the applique duckbill scissor. Okay, again, you can do it where the duckbill is underneath and certainly get pretty close, but my preferred method is the opposite, where the duckbill lays over the inside and then cut. Okay, but either way will do. Now, the other thing that I really like about this scissor set, and something that we made different for the Kimberbell scissors, is that this has larger rings, as you can see here. And a lot of people, you know, have requested in the past that there would be a scissor like this, but with larger ring holes for, you know, those of us who might have a little chunkier fingers. It just allows us some more room there. You know, it's just a really nice feature that that those rings aren't squeezing those fingers as you're cutting. Okay, so that's our duckbill. Let's place that back in there. Now, for example, I want to show you a couple ways of how I use this scissor set. Again, this is the micro tips. Let me get really close there. There we go. This is the micro tips. The reason why I like this is for a few different reasons, actually. If I'm trying to get inside this inner curve that you see, right here, right here, right here, or even if it was like in here, although once again, this would have already been cut by the time I stitched that down. But if I were trying to get inside that inner curve, it's just really tight. And so I can use these little scissors, these little guys, are micro tips, to get really close in there and make those cuts. Okay, and once I've done that, I'm now out of that curve, or that inner curve, and then I can take my other scissors and continue to cut. Okay, so I do like it for that. We use this a lot with when we are stitching with Mylar or our glitter applique. That comes in handy as well. But let me show you how else I would use this. And that is, I'm going to take these little tweezers. Once again, they are super sharp here and pointy, and they will grab that thread like nobody's business. Okay, but they also have a very soft blade. It's not too sharp. It's not too sharp to the touch, but on all four sides there's a blade, and this is why that's cool. Let me show you, for example, let's take, okay, the dreaded jump stitch, right? here's a perfect example. Now, many machines will cut jump stitches, and in this case, the machine did cut so many of those jump stitches. But when there is a stitch that is really close to each other, the machine does not recognize that as a jump, and it just continues on. But here's why I like these really fine point tweezers that were created just for Kimberbell. And that is, I can slide this under. I don't know if you, let's see if we can get any closer. Let's see, I can slide that under, and I can take, because remember there's a blade there, I can just pull it. Whoops. Let's see. Lay this flat here. Pull it and snip, right? Now I have this loose thread. Let me grab my micro tips. Okay. Now I have this loose thread that I can grab. Look how tight that grabs. That thread is not going anywhere. But I can take my micro tip scissors, go right underneath and snip. And look, I don't know if you can tell how close that got to it, but you can never tell. You just can't tell that there was even a jump thread right there. Okay, so once again, I can slide. I'm going to do it from this direction. Here's a jump stitch. Oh, that was already cut. Let's do another one. Here's a jump stitch going from here to here. It's in the pink. And I can just run my blade across it, because again, there's the blade on all four sides. Then I grab that thread that's loose and take my micro tip scissors and just slide it under there and snip. Isn't that great? Now, even when your machine does cut threads, a lot of times it'll leave a little tail. So again, just by taking these little tweezers, holding them up, taking my microblade and getting right up close, bam. It's actually kind of addicting. It's kind of fun. I'm like, hey, where's another jump stitch? I want to cut it. I know, crazy, right? Okay, here's another one. I can just snip. There we go. So that's how I use those in conjunction with one another. Again, this fine tip is going to grab that thread and not let it go while you're holding onto it, and then you just slide your microblade underneath there and get a perfect, really close, as close as can be type of cut in there. Okay? Just for kicks and giggles, look, let's do this one up here. See that loose thread? Yeah. We're just going to hold it up and snip, and hold it up and snip. Just watch me go. There we go. Okay, so that's how I use these. Now, another one that I absolutely love, I use this for almost everything, and that is our sharp snips. We've made sure when we had these manufactured, we wanted the blade to be sharp all the way up to the tip. And so that was important to us. It also has an extra long curve here, which was important, and that also helps get into curves as well. So this is something I would not use on thick fabrics, but certainly thinner fabrics it would work just great. Let's see how it works on the leather. Yeah, so the leather, you know, it's a little thicker, so I probably would not recommend this one for the leather, but it's still sharp enough that it's going to cut it. Okay, and again, I love that it's curved here along the bottom so that it just glides across your fabric. Okay, absolutely love these. Okay, isn't that a beautiful butterfly? I am so excited. You know, if this wasn't my sample here, and I hadn't stitched right on top of that area, I think I'd make that into a pillow or something. I think that is gorgeous. So there you go. There is our new deluxe scissor and tool set. Find it at a quilt shop near you, or many of those shops also sell online. I love that I can protect my scissors by just placing them back into this felted base here, and then be able to close it up. Now, this is something that would be perfect Christmas gift, right? So if you're out there going, you know what, I think I'm going to buy myself my own Christmas present. Who else does that besides me? then this would make a great Christmas gift. Or if you know someone who's saying, I don't know what to get you, let them know that you want the Kimberbell Deluxe scissor set. Again, found at your favorite quilt shop. All right. And then don't forget, Blossoms and Butterflies, brand new in stores now. This is being shipped, and oh my gosh, there's so many fun possibilities with that one. So that's all for Tuesday Tips today, but I'm so excited to let you know one more thing, one big thing, I guess, and that is tune in next Tuesday at 2 o'clock, okay? Normally we have Tuesday Tips at 3 o'clock Mountain Time. We're changing that around a little bit, and we have a few other changes up our sleeves that I can't wait to share with you. A special someone will be hosting, and I cannot wait till you get to see her. So Tuesday Tips at 2 o'clock. It's a new theme with Kimberbell. Tuesday Tips at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. So think about what that is, your time, and we'll see you next Tuesday with a special new host. Thanks everyone for joining me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.